What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link that also asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. Video is entitled The SYSBM Article. So a guy by the name of Aaron, I'm going to say G. Fountain Jr., wrote an article talking about SYSBM. And the article was written by staff and then it was written by him. I don't understand that part, but it was set up basically saying that, the movement has fallacies. And they use a YouTuber and an author as two of the people, saying that SYSBM basically means they white women. Even though the other guy he used is with one of the guys he used with a Japanese woman. I think the other one's brother with a black woman, and the other one's with a white woman, if I'm not mistaken. But he kept bringing up white women, white women, white women. And I started thinking about it. I said, the thing about this article, that if it's a fallacy of saying, guys are saying that the women are no good, right? And you need to get away from the women. Okay. Because the women are inherently bad. So I thought about it. I said, let's turn this around. Because some of the things in this article that the guy has a problem with SYSBM for are the very same things if you switch gender, Black America doesn't have a problem with. What do I mean by that? See, when you said these brothers ain't ish, or all black men are dogs, or all men are dogs, nobody cared, right? So to treat men like they ain't ish, or to treat men like they're dogs, that means something was inherently wrong with us, right? From youth to adulthood. Now, to say something's inherently wrong with some of these women, now it's a problem. Okay, so something can be inherently wrong with us, says the community, but something can't be inherently wrong with them. See, there's a difference. The interracial dating thing. A lot of us men heard, go get you a white man for a very long time. I know we try to say the guys wanted to date white women, but what we grew up hearing predominantly was telling the girls, go get you a white man. So if the guys are now saying, go get you a quote unquote white woman, now that's dysfunctional. Getting a white woman is dysfunctional, but getting a white man all these years isn't dysfunctional. And it plays into these stereotypes, and I get it. It's controversial, but the problem with the controversy is principle. The saying that the guys they're looking for white women, but they're traveling abroad. But the guys are not traveling to Europe. They're predominantly traveling to the Caribbean, South America, and Africa to find relationships, whether they be casual or serious. So, and the thing about it is, as the brother brought up in the article, that the ladies are doing the same thing. So, if the fellas are traveling abroad, problem. The ladies are traveling abroad, not a problem. That's the problem, right? So that's why people are looking at the article like, and they say these guys are not traveling for work or better employment opportunities. That's not true. You talking the guys traveling for leisure and the guys traveling for business are two different groups of people. But I get it. It's for the article. What's troubling is this narrative that guys are trying to find white women or light women so their kids could have fairer skin and better hair. Sorry, but we don't do that. It's not something you've ever heard guys really doing. That's not that's just like when Alicia Keys told her son that a lot of men get their fingernails painted. Come on now. We know there are guys who've done it, but don't put that on the guys who've done it are an anomaly. The guys who want lighter skin and fairer hair are an anomaly. They would be probably under 5%, of the men in general. But this pushing this narrative off on guys, which I don't get. Now the way the article was written, it kind of led you in to lose you to a degree, because it went in on the interracial dating part, and then it started getting to what you think would be the meat of the article, which became a problem, because it went from interracial to the guys going abroad to find other black women. Problem that I just brought up. The other problem was, the ladies being near the end, the ladies are more educated than the guys. Okay, but the guys are in less debt. So, did you ever take into consideration these guys have been talking about money? And the reason why I say that is because earlier in the article they talked about the family dynamic. These guys are looking for women who actually want to be traditional. So to skip over the fact that if you're not dealing with a traditional woman, don't deal with her. That's the issue. That they're saying there's less traditional black women in America than there used to be. And can you prove otherwise? And they're saying the other groups are more traditional. Because when they said, you don't date black women or non-black women that don't have class, the vast majority of the issue is about class. Now, do you want to, it's ironic because on the flip side of that, the guys complain about women dating thugs, guys who don't have class. The women used to complain about being excited by the bad boy. That's just an across the board type of thing with ladies. They quote unquote like the bad boy. But that's a guy who doesn't have class. And who do they complain about when they say all these guys ain't no good? It's the bad boy who they were attracted to that has no class. The difference is the guys are saying the quote unquote bad girl is not attractive to them. She doesn't have class. So he's going to find somebody with class. And people from a two-parent household probably are going to have more class than people from a single-parent household. So, is that a problem? And, when we talking in exceptions to the rule, there are people from single-parent households that have class, yes, but are they an exception to the rule or are they the rule? People are going to say they're the exception to the rule. So, now, ironically, when it comes to imagery, you don't see a lot of imagery in America of black men dating out. You see imagery the other way of black women dating out. That's what's in that's what's on your commercials, on your television shows, and on your movies. It's not the other way around. So this idea that guys are lusting after white women is ridiculous, because the same guys who you're talking about predominantly either talking about black Hispanic women or non-black Hispanic women or Asian women. So basically, or black women who are not from America. So it's not like, when you keep saying white, you're lying. Because the guys are really not necessarily into white chicks. When they were saying go date interracially, it's interculture interculture dating, interethnic dating, a lot of those people are people of color. And for a guy who writes a lot of articles for, people of color, because he writes articles for Al Jazeera and like Latino Rebels or something like that, and then a black station, and the guy, it's interesting. They're like, okay, so you can work for those people, but the brothers can't date those people, But to me, it's just kind of weird. I mean, it's just weird. The fallacies in the article is weird for him to point out the fallacies in SYSBM, but if it was somebody else, it would be okay. It's just in my opinion. So like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.